A very warm welcome from the field number 1 of the Polo Club of Chantilly. France Normandy will be facing France PACA. France arrived to this game with 2 victories. Normandy had 2 really good games but could not encounter the victory. I'm Pancho McLaughlin and I'm happy to present you. I have here on my left Rami Zabaleta, a great player and a great comentarista. Hola Rami, hello.
Good morning, Pancho. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the invitation, and I hope we're going to have a wonderful morning here and a great game.
Exactly. We see there the Orangerie where many big parties are being placed, and where we're in the main field of Chantilly. France PACA will be wearing the black shirt, and Normandy, the big organization of Talandracas, will be wearing their typical grey and pink shirt. Let's meet the teams. For France Normandy, we have Jules de Goban with the number 1 shirt, Santi Harriot, the number 2, 5 goals of handicap for him, the man from Suarez, Juan Guerrero, the number 3, with 4 goals of handicap, and at the back, Edouard Cormignac, 0 goals of handicap. Let's present France PACA, Rami.
For France PACA, the captain is Jean-Claude Legrand, playing number 1 with 0 handicap, number 2, Edouard Pan, with 4 goals of handicap. Number 3, Petit Louis Jarige, 4 goals. And at the back, and I think he's the captain of the team, Julien Ren, also 4 goals. But I think Jean-Claude Legrand is not playing, and he's been replaced by a very young, promising player, Tristan Betoit.
Yeah, he scored a beautiful neck shot on the first game of the day. And well, let's meet the officials. Gaston Lucero just arrived from England. He was doing the Queen's Cup over there alongside the French umpire Clément Gosset. And the third man, another French player and umpire, Adrien Legalo, known here as Salchi. Well, the officials doing the last details, chatting with the captains and with the players, with the last warnings. We'll see if we're going to have a free change or not, according to the weather. They will allow it or not during the chakra. And well, a very exciting game. 2 teams quite balanced on handicap. So let's see what's going to be the outcome. You can follow us on social media, on Instagram, Polo Line OK, Polo Line International on Facebook, and Polo Line TV on YouTube.
Well, Pancho, I'm watching here the Orangerie, and maybe we can invite people for next Sunday, no? Something's coming up, no?
Something, it's coming up. Yeah, the Animales party, the Fiesta Animal, will be on Sunday, so we invite you all to come if you are around Paris to come and watch the final of this huge tournament. And after that, bring your animal costume and be ready to make some moves, because a huge party is coming soon. Bueno, players lining up. Let's see who will win the throw-in. This game is going to be played up to 5 chakras. Each chakra is a period of 7 minutes. After that, you're going to hear the first bell, and then players have 30 seconds to conclude the play. And the young Tristan Betoit finds a good pass for Petit Louis. Petit Louis now on a breakaway, trying to connect that ball. But Juan Guerrero gets there. No, it's Julien Ren with that nice neck shot. Julien, the ball is looking good, but it's rolling over the back line. And the first knock-in will be in favor of Normandy.
Well, that will be one of the keys of the game. I think that they will have to watch out this kid Tristan, that he's been playing very well over the past few games. He might make the difference today.
Yeah, and the importance of the throw-ins, this key formation. The long ball of Juan Guerrero. Let's see who will get there first. Edouard Cormignac connecting a nice ball. Edouard, he lifted up the Queen's Cup last year, so it's a pleasure having this huge organization playing here in Chantilly at this time of the year. Julien Ren with a nice shot, trying to find the young Tristan Betoit. Tristan, the man from La Ball. Tristan with the shot. Tristan on a breakaway. Let's see if he can finish this one. Tristan with the final tap. He could not connect that last ball. And Edouard Pan with a massive ride-off, pushing the defender away. Edouard, he taps the ball, brings the ball to the center. Edouard to finish this one. Edouard Pan with the final tap. Edouard Pan, ladies and gentlemen, the first goal of the day comes from the mallet of Edouard Pan. A great individual play, winning the ride-off, turning that ball, and with a final tap, he puts the first goal of the day.
Golazo from Eduard. He's been, I think that the last 2 games from Paca, he's been very decisive. And although he usually plays back, he's doing a lot of damage in attack. He's scoring some very nice goals.
Yeah, Eduard playing in a position he usually is not used to, so good for him. And well, he presented himself quite very good mounted. He's playing some horses off Diego Cabana on his string. Julian Ren also managed to win that throw in for Paca France. Julian, he could not connect the final tap. And again, Julian in possession of the ball. Santi Harriot with the hook. Now Petit Louis. The contact is good for the umpires. And again, the man of the moment, Eduard Pan, to bring the ball in play. Tristan is blocking for him. Eduard. And Eduard is on fire today. Will put his second personal goal and the second goal for France Paca.
Bueno, very good start for Paca this morning. Here we see the replay, tapping along. Very good teamwork by Paca. They know each other very well.
Yeah, remember, they are the first champions of this trophy. A very similar team. They played, of course, well with Elena Benoit instead of Jean-Claude Legrand and Dorian Boultot. But 2 of these players lift this trophy in the first edition. Julian Ren to win the throw in for Paca France. They started quite strong, a bit unlucky, it bounced over the boards, and the knocking will be in favor of Team Normandy. Eight seconds and places one of the umpires and Juan Guerrero to put the ball in play. Juan with a nice pass finding Santi Harriot, the man from Suarez, on the grey. Santi Harriot in possession of the ball. Santi Harriot with a massive drive trying to find Jules Legoban, the French player. Jules pushes Petit Louis away and the back shot is strong from Petit Louis. But Juan Guerrero will get there first. Let's see what Juan can do. The right off is strong, but the hook is even better by Eduard Pan. And another back shot of Julian Ren finding Petit Louis. He taps that ball, Petit Louis, and we have a whistle. Let's see what the umpires will decide.
Bueno, most probably they will allow a foul against Normandy. Luis Jarry arrives to tap the ball and get the line, and Juan Guerrero, I think he steps on the line. He couldn't go to that ball, and it would be a penalty. It's going to be 60 yards. I thought it was going to be a 5B, but they decided to go forward, the umpires.
Yeah, probably a bit too much. Let's see if, as long as they're consistent with both teams, I'm sure both captains will be happy. But well, the foul was clear there. The player from Normandy had to give the French player one more play. Always a matter of distance and safety. These are the things. Safety first are the things that the umpires try to take into consideration. So, well, penalty from the 60-yard point. Let's see if Petit Louis can strike this one through the middle. A guy that usually hits the ball quite nicely. In this case, the defenders are located on the field. They place themselves 40 yards from the ball, and they're allowed to stop the ball if they can. Petit Louis. Pedro Luis Petit Louis with a massive shot. It's in the high, it's in the sky, but it's wide to the left-hand side.
So he usually hits very well the ball. He's a very talented player. Born here in Chantilly, in this club. And it's always a pleasure to watch him play.
Guerrero to bring the ball from the back, and Eduard Pan is very, very optimistic today and capitalizing every single ball that he has close to the goal. Eduard Pan so far looks like that he will put them all through. Well, France Paca, if they win this game, they will go through to the semi-finals. And if they lose this game, they will have a chance on probably a penalty shootout. Talandracas has no chance to get through to the semi-finals. Of course, this tournament will continue. And there's a very important subsidiary trophy. And all the games, they've been super, super tight and competitive. Many players fighting for the ball on the boards. Let's see who will win this ball. Looks like Juan Guerrero is in possession of the ball. Juan checks. He has Santi to back him up. He will leave the ball for the man from Coronel Suarez, Santi Harriot. Another pass to find Juan Guerrero again. Juan shoots from distance. Juan Guerrero, the shot is long, but a little bit to the right. Good combination between the 5 and 4 goaler.
No, very good combination they've been showing over the past 2 games. They were a bit unlucky, and we will see more of them during this game because this just started.
Yeah, and Jules makes a good job clearing the space for them and stretching the field as well. There goes the pass for the young player Tristan Betua, and there goes the whistle. And again, probably a matter of distance. Let's check the replay.
No, and this will be a problem that the team of Normandy will have to face during the whole game, trying to catch this kid that he's replacing Jean-Claude today, and today he's making a difference. I think he's stretching a lot the team and putting Normandy in very uncomfortable situations.
Yeah, usually one of the pros has to run him, and that's not the best situation for them. But this is a massive drive from Juan Guerrero, and the goal is superb from the young man. 1 for them, 3 for Paca France.
Golazo from Juan, and I think the Normandy needed this goal. They started up today a little bit slow, and this goal will give them a lot of confidence. Beautiful goal.
Yeah, these two young players, Juan and Santi, showing a lot of talent. Probably you have to criticize something, it's a bit of lack of experience, but they are 2 players that are playing at a super level here in Chantilly. Let's see who will win this throw-in. And again, Edouard Pan showing a big level today, and Petit Louis winning the center of the field, riding this bay horse. It's a son of Rolinga, a famous stallion. And there goes the tap of Tristan Betua, but Santi Harriot managed to recover well and leave the ball for Juan Guerrero. And probably looks like it's going to be a safety 60. Let's see what umpires will decide, or it's going to be a knock-in. Looks like a knock-in. Let's check the replay here, what we could see.
Petit Louis is placing the
it's a
ball
safety,
for a
yes.
safety.
Safety 60 is what we call a corner. But instead of hitting it exactly through the corner, you basically draw a line where the ball was out, and you hit it exactly like a penalty from the 60-yard line. The player has to hit the ball with 1 strike. The defenders locate themselves 40 yards from the ball, and they're allowed to stop it. Also, the teammates of the player hitting the ball are allowed to be on the field, and just in case there's a bounce or the ball is short, they're allowed to, if they have the line, to go and make a play. Petit Louis with the long drive. Petit Louis, ladies and gentlemen, the goal is good, the flag is waved, and Petit Louis puts 1 more in the board for Paca France. 4-1 is the lead so far.
Another beautiful hit by Petit Louis. This one goes through, and a 4-1 for Paca. Very good start for them.
Pequeño Luis, little Luis, puts 1 more goal in the board for them, and France seems to be anticipating a little more at the beginning of this first checker. Well, that will conclude this strong checker for France Paca. We will go to a commercial break. We will be back in a few moments. Thank you. We are back in Chantilly with the second chukar that is about to start. Very strong chukar of France Paca. They are leading so far 4-1. Well, everything is tight at the moment in this tournament. How do you see it, Rami? Because most of the games have been super competitive, especially in our pool. You know, both games, all the teams won one and lost one. You know, so.
No, extremely competitive, and when we've been seeing this over the past two tournaments that we've been playing here in Chantilly, that we started in beginning of May. So there is a lot of teams that we've been playing all throughout the spring here, and it's always been very tight. I think maybe the team from Argentina, it's been dominating a little bit here with Mati Torres being a game changer, but all the other teams are very competitive, and this trophy, I don't know, anybody can take it.
Very good for polo, you know, to have all these games super competitive, and also the level of horses. Jules Legouban turns this ball really well for Team Normandy, wearing this particular yellow helmet that he always wears. And let's see, we have a whistle, probably a blocking. Let's see what the umpires will decide on this one.
Bueno, talking a little bit about the level of horses, I would like to say something about Jules Legouban that we are watching here in this play. I think that he's one of the best mounted players in France, probably, and with a special story with Eduardo Carmignac, that he gave him his first two horses when he was 16, 17 years old. And from there they started a very nice relationship, and this is the first tournament they're playing together, so it's very special for both of them. And Jules always has some horses bred from Talandraca's breeding, and bueno, I want to say that because it's a nice story and good effort from Jules.
Yeah, it's a good present for him, and in the point that if you fight for your dreams and for what you want, they can be true. So well done, Jules, for all the hard work. And there goes the back shot from Santi Harriot, finding Juan Guerrero. Juan with the tap. Juan with the long drive. Tristan with the back shot. No whistle from the umpires. And now Petit Louis anticipates that ball really well. The back shot again from Petit Louis, but Santi Harriot managed to go back on defense and recover really well for Team Normandy. Santi Harriot putting this beautiful chestnut on a breakaway. What a tap from Santi Harriot in the air. Check the skills of this young player from Coronel Suarez. Santiago Harriot bringing the ball from the back. He could not connect that last ball, and Petit Louis will get there first and turn this ball for France, Paca France, sorry. The hook is good from Santi Harriot, and Jules Legouban managed to recover the ball for Team Normandy. Jules on the near side. Jules again. And now Julien Ren with the tap. Let's see if Jules can turn this beautiful chestnut, and Jules Legouban. Jules, and we have another whistle. We'll see what the umpires decide. But yeah, I had the chance to play against Jules on the snow this January, and yeah, he told me a little bit about this story. So good that you bringing up Rami, and it's very good, well, for Eduard as well to support such a young French player, and for him as well to knock doors, because usually, of course, for most of the polo players come from polo families, and Jules not coming from a polo family, this makes life a little bit harder into the world of polo. So good for him for working and knocking many doors to try to find the opportunities.
Exactly, he's a fantastic example for anybody who likes polo and comes from outside. That sometimes it seems so difficult to get started, to get some horses and to start playing, because it actually is very hard. But if you keep pushing, many times you can make it. So good for him, and good for Normandy now that they have a nice opportunity to come back in the score. Let's see what happens. It's Santi Harriot to hit.
Yeah, with a very famous surname, Santi Harriot to strike this one through the middle. It was undefended, so the goal is good for Normandy, and this young Argentine player putting one more in the board for him. 4-2 is the score at the moment. Well, Harriot, of course, from Coronel Suarez, his grandfather, and the brother of his grandfather, you know, two huge players They won the Open a few times. Well, there goes the ball. And this was Juan Guerrero to put a long drive, trying to put Jules Legoban on a breakaway. But the right-off is strong from Julian Ren, but Jules managed to win the right-off and put a golazo from Jules Legoban. And again, you talk about the horses, the importance of anticipation and the speed and powerful of this mare from Jules Legoban to give him the legs to score a great goal.
No, I think he heard us and he got inspired because he scored a golazo. Very nice goal. I think that mare he got it from Juan Martín Subía from Argentina.
And there we have Ramiro Zabaleta.
And there we are. Hello to everybody.
Thank you for coming into the transmissions. Well, Jules Legoban again winning the throw-in for France Normandy, checking this mare and managing to escape from the pressure of the French players. But Tristan Betoit doing a lot of damage here for Paca France. Julian with the tap. It's a little bit long, but Juan will be a bit patient. And there goes the shot, trying to find the young player, but Santi Harriot managed to recover really well for Team Normandy. Santiago Harriot, the captain, bringing the ball. Para, that means he has to check, and he leaves the ball for Juan Guerrero. Juan Guerrero, the shot is high, it's in the sky, but not the length he would have wanted. But again, he managed to go on the near side, and Jules Legoban goes there for insurers to back him up. Jules could not connect that ball, and now yes, Julian Ren. Santi Harriot appealing for the foul, no whistle from the umpires. The right-off is strong from Jules Legoban. Juan Guerrero now in possession of the ball, hits a massive drive. Let's see if Jules will have enough horsepower to avoid Edouard Pan, but Edouard managed to get there first, and Tristan Betoit there with a bit of inexperience, getting in front of Jules with a bit of danger. Let's check the replay. Well, first thing, well done Tristan there, saying sorry, and we're happy to see Jules, of course, standing, and he dismounted to make sure his mare is in good conditions. So well, we saw it there, and hopefully Jules is in good conditions. Let's see what the officials will blow on this one.
No, most important that everybody's okay. The horses are okay. I think it was a little bit unlucky what happened there. No, for sure it was with no intention, and we'll see what the umpires say. Most probably, I think it's going to be in favor of Normandy, but we never know. So we'll just wait, I think.
Yeah, we have two officials on the field, backed up by the third man. Before, the third man will only participate when they call him. Now he's actively participating. So this helps a lot for the game to flow in a better way. While we're waiting for Jules, but of course he was being cautious. He dismounted that mare, even though the mare looked all right. Probably they're going to check her, and if she's fine, probably she will go back on the game, or if not, she will be saved for future games. Well, good news in this case for Normandy, no accident, the players are in good shape, and they have a 30-yard penalty, looks like in their favor, to try to get close on the result, to get the equalizer. Well done for Jules, appearing a lot when his team really needs him.
No, good comeback from Normandy. They are not only coming back in score, but I think they managed to start controlling the ball and the game.
They're playing more at their pace. Before, probably they were playing at the pace of France, and now holding a little bit the ball, and when the French players looks back, then they start to hit the ball, and this probably is working for them. Well, remember they have Flaco Gastambide, Santiago Gastambide as the coach, a very experienced player, so I'm sure that will help them. Santi Harriot has no issue to put the equalizer, 4 for Normandy, 4 for Paca France.
No, it's always good to have somebody on the pony line to give a different point of view of what's going on the field. Flaco with a lot of experience and, I don't know, maybe more than 30 years working with Eduard and Talandracas. Bueno, for example, our team Occitanie, we have J. Chaban that's always helping us on the pony line, and it's a great help.
See, that helps a lot. Well, we've been lucky this this tournament to have Marcos Riglos, also a guy with a lot of experience and great vibes that is helping us. So yeah, for sure, it helps you to keep your head cool, and some things that probably you reckon on the field, but sometimes it's too late. Someone outside with a cool head to see the place a lot more clear, it definitely helps. So we advise all the teams, if you can get a coach, go ahead, because it's very useful. Let's see what the umpires will decide on this one. Clemón Gosé and Gastón Lucero chatting. And probably it's going to be a penalty from the center in favor of PACA France. And yeah, chatting about horses, I think this bay gelding from Petit Louis is out of Rolinga, and one of the best mares of Pierre-Henri Ngomou. Then Edouard Pan riding 3 mares from Diego Cabana. You will see a chestnut later on in the Chuckers. She's a daughter of the famous Aiken Cura, a stallion that Adolfo Cambiaso used to play many seasons, very famous in Argentina. Santi Harriot there too, try to get the ball. The backshot is strong from Santi. And Juan Guerrero gets there first. Juan finding Santi again. The pass is good with angle to find the man from Suarez. Santiago Harriot, 5 goals of handicap. There goes the pass again from Santi to Juan. And there goes the pass again. Great combination between these two players. Santi again checks. The angle is complicated, but the ride-off is very strong from Petit Louis, but somehow Santi still managed to get the ball. And there goes the ball, trying to find Jules Legouban, but the ball will go wide. Well, a good play from Team Normandy. Jules pushing and stretching the team and allowing these two strong players from the back to combine between themselves.
Let me say hello to some friends that are watching our live transmission. Special hello to Clément Delfosse. He's watching from Paris. He's playing the Paris Open in Bagatelle.
One of the best French players.
One of the best French players and a very close friend. We're going to say hi to him. I hope we are not disturbing his morning.
He can mute the game if not. Well, a great pass from one of the players finding this young French player with a lot of potential, Tristan Betois. Let's see if he can finish this one. Tristan with the catch shot. Tristan Betois, the catch shot is good, but a little bit wide to the left. But this kid making a lot of damage today. They are using him quite well so far in these Chuckers, sending him the ball, putting him on many breakaways, and he's creating a lot of damage for Team Normandy, for Team PACA France, sorry. In goes the ball, and Juan Guerrero tries to find Jules Legouban on the boards. Jules gets there, the right-off is strong from Petit Louis, and the back shot is even better. Let's see who will get there first. Juan Guerrero with a long drive, finding Jules Legouban. Jules could not connect that bouncing ball. Who will turn there first is again Julien Ren, the captain from PACA France. Julien shooting from distance. Santi Harriot with the back shot, and Jules will turn there first and will keep possession of this ball. And we have a whistle. Let's see what umpires will decide on this one.
See, probably it's going to be a foul in favor of PACA. Jules went to dispute that ball, and I think his mare goes over the line and steps on the line of Louis.
Yeah, to ride off you have to do it shoulder to shoulder, both players and horses. And yeah, it was a bit actions probably in that one. Jules, a bit unlucky. It's also the French player made a tap and turned a little bit. So, well, good news for PACA. They need to score because they started very strong, and we had a great comeback from Normandy. And there goes the shot of Petit Louis. The goal is good. 5 for them, 4 for Normandy.
Another important goal for PACA, trying to get to the end of this Chucker, leading the game. Very important after a Chucker in which they were dominated by the other team. Still a lot of time here. I think now the game is leveled, and we'll see what's going to come up next. If the kids of Normandy will keep on putting the pace and rhythm of the game, or if Paca, with their open polo, they can beat them. We'll see.
Exactly. Thank you, Rami. We go to a commercial break, and we will be back in a few moments with the third chakra. Thank you. Welcome back in this last match of qualification for both of these teams. France Paca with 2 victories, Normandy with 2 losses. Normandy has no chance to get to the semis. Yeah. And Paca France, winning this game, will go through to the semis. Anyway, we've been watching a great level of polo in Chantilly. A good start from Paca France, then a great comeback at the moment for Normandy. And Paca with the last play could score a 30-yard penalty to take back the partial lead. Everything is open at the moment. 3 more checkers to be played here in field honor number 1. And there goes the ball, and Julien Ren managed to put the ball and win the throw in for Team Paca France. Julien with the final tap. Let's see if he can finish this one. Julien Ren plays very good from the captain of France Paca, and the goal is good for Julien Ren. 6-4, the partial lead for Paca France. And tell us a bit about this club, Rami, because I think you have a good story. Your father, used to play here a lot, very involved with the races, and you guys with your brother, came here. You speak French, so you are more French probably than Argentine in a bit,
Well, for sure, this is my home club more than any club in Argentina, because I grew up here, and in Argentina I used to live in the city, so this is for me my home club, and I grew up here. I know every corner of the club, the fields, people who work here, and I'm super happy to watch the club in the way it's growing, with the fields, the tournament they are holding, and for me, I'm very comfortable here.
We'll go back to the story, but now we have action in Chantilly, and Jules managed to win the ball for Normandy, but is well met by Edouard Pan. Edouard now, but the ride-off is strong from Santi Harriot. No whistle from the umpires. Good ride-off for the man from Suarez, and let's see what Santi can do. Santi checks on the boards. He receives the pressure again of Julian Ren, but he managed to escape from the pressure. No, the pressure is still there. Let's see what Santi can do. Santi bringing the ball from the back. Santi finding Jules Legoban. Jules managed to escape from the pressure of Edouard Pan, but the ride-off is strong from the French four-goaler. And Petit Louis there comes back to back him up. Petit Louis checks. He receives the pressure of Juan Guerrero. Petit Louis with a nice pass, finding Julian Ren, well located, but Santi Harry will get there first. No, it's Julian. Julian with the approach. Juan Guerrero gets there first. And Santi will go to back him up. Santi. Santi Guerrero, the ball gets deflected. Sorry, Santi Harriot, and again he managed to recover the ball for Team Normandy. Juan Guerrero in possession of the ball. Great combination between these two young, strong players. Juan now with the pass, trying to find Eduard, but the pass a little bit short. Julian Ren managed to get that ball first. No whistle from the umpires. Julian now checks, brings the ball from the back. Tristan Betoit there comes to back him up, but the ball is stolen really well by Juan Guerrero. Juan managed to escape from there, but the pressure was strong from the French player, and Jules Legoban will get there first. Jules checks. He decides to turn this ball. And Jules Legoban, he will put this mare to fly, and it's a great play from Jules Legoban, the French player. Let's see if he can finish this one. Jules with the final tap. Jules Legoban. Ladies and gentlemen, golazo from Jules Legoban. And again, the importance of the ponies. Jules managed to outrun two players from the outside and put a fantastic goal for Normandy.
Great morning by Jules, from him and his horses. And today he's also doing a lot of damage in attack, because he usually is more of a defensive player, if we can say that. But today he's turning the field around. Very good for him.
Yeah, great ball. Saludos desde Argentina. Gran dupla, Pancho y Rami. Well, thank you very much for the people connected on the other side. And there goes the whistle. And looks like it's going to be in favor of Normandy. Let's see what the umpires will decide. But if that's the case, it will be great news for them.
See, I think, Pancho, what happened is that the teams from PACA France, they went to change. And when they came back...
offside.
They were in offside, yes. And now I think there is a technical foul also.
Yeah, exactly. Some also players were changing on the 60-yard here on this side, and you need to change on the back end. And also to try to get onside, you need to pass one of your teammates that is onside to try to get and make a play. So, well, quick the players of Normandy in changing horses and being first. And this can be a very, very important goal for them to try to get the equalizer. How is your season, Rami? We are playing with Tedelu alongside your brother, of course, Isa, and a young promising player as well. Eluan Badarillo is having a great season, in my opinion. So good for him. Also another player that started here. So after that, what are your plans?
See, this is my third or fourth season with Tedelu, with Isa and Simon. We always have a very good time. And sometimes with Simon or with Jules last year, sometimes with my cousin Juan Gris, so we always end up having a very fun team. And this year with Eluan, who's a fantastic player. I think he will be able to get far in his polo career. And then this season I will part ways with Tedelu, and I will go to Berlin to play with Quinto Elemento Polo with Philip and Nico Lopez Fuentes, that they invited me to go and play in Berlin, a new place for me. So I'm very excited. And then in September, I am playing with La Esperanza at the French Open with Jean-Edouard Massery, the president of the French Federation, Tito Ruiz, and Pelayo Berazadi.
Great agenda, Rami, and a great breakaway from Edouard Cormignac, and now he makes a great pass finding Jules Legoban, and check the combination between these two players. A great breakaway of Edouard Cormignac, the pass was good finding Jules Legoban, and I think this will be a nice present and a nice video for them after we told about that nice story. To have a combination, Edouard feeding a ball to Jules and Jules putting a goal, I think is quite nice.
Fantastic play from Edouard, appearing in a key moment of the game, breaking through from the throw-in and leaving Jules alone to the goal, no? We can say that.
Yeah, unbelievable combination, but Edouard Pan has other plans, and I think this is a mare out of Aiken Kura, so watch out this beautiful chestnut. Lamore Mili, I think is her name. Well, Santi Harriot in possession of the ball with a nice neck shot, finding Edouard Cormignac. No, now it's Juan Guerrero. Juan checks. Juan with a massive drive, trying to put one of his teammates on a breakaway, but the ride-off was strong from one of the French players, and Jules Legoban managed to win that play, and we have a whistle. And let's see what's going to be the call. If they identify that Jules had the line, or if they identify that Edouard Pan was there, and they will blow against Jules for an uneven ride-off.
In my opinion, it's going to be against Jules, because he might have, if he wanted to dispute that ball, he should have gone on the near side. But well, I think he took his chances. They were in attack, and sometimes it's worth the risk. I hope
for sure. He's a very, very tough player. So sometimes, it happens that it comes with a great play, and sometimes, when you play a bit over the line, these type of things can happen. But it's part of having a balanced team. So, well, penalty from the center in favor of PACA France. 6 goals for them, 7 for Normandy. A good comeback. The penalty will be from the center. So let's see what these players can do. The tap from Jules. From Julian, finding now Petit Louis on this beautiful grey. But a great back shot from Santi Harriot, but the ball got deflected and a bit unlucky for them. And let's see if Petit Louis can get there, but the ride-off is strong from Jules. And he gets called off from Julian Ren. Let's see if Julian can get there. The back shot from Jules. And the ball will go through the goal. Great play from the players of France PACA, anticipating and blocking that back shot, and then having the patience enough to put one more goal in the board.
Julian also scoring some important goals this morning. Another good team with another also nice story. Jean-Claude Legrand today is not on the field, but he's been playing alongside Julian and Louis Jarige from, I don't know, maybe 10 years they've been playing together, building up almost every time French teams to promote French polo. I think it's a very nice gesture from Jean-Claude, and a very nice team. They always build, and they always are very competitive in every tournament they play.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, we all know the powerful of Argentina and Argentinian players, not because we are Argentinians, but it's actually a fact. So good for him to always try to support local players and to give them these jobs and opportunity for them to be able to mount themselves and well, get a job, and so that they can reinvest and get better. So well done, Jean-Claude. If you're watching, we send you a big hello. Well, penalty from the center in favor of the French team. In this case, no, sorry, yes, in favor of the French team, but in this case in favor of Normandy, the big organization of Talandracas. It's a pleasure to have them playing here. Last year they managed to lift the trophy that most of amateurs wants to lift. It's called the Queen's Cup, and we had the victory of Park Place yesterday, beating the strong team of Poroto Cambiaso, Marqués de Riscal. And there goes the shot. Jules Legoban picking the ball on the near side, but the back shot is strong from Petit Louis, finding one of his teammates now, Julian Ren, appearing in the game when his team really needs him. Julian pushing the team from the back. It's a great play from Julian. He could not connect the bouncing ball. And who will get there now is Santi Harriot. Cola, tail back shot. There goes the back, finding Juan Guerrero. But he has no teammates in the front, so he will check. Wait. escape the pressure, and there goes the pass, finding Santi Harriot, but Edward Pan is there first to anticipate. Let's see what Edward will do. Edward, the back shot is strong, but a great stop by Santi Harriot. And yes, we have a whistle, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like it's going to be good news for France Normandy to try to get back the lead.
I think it's a foul. Maybe Petit Louis was already there, so it was difficult for him to get away from that line. But Santi Harriot was really quick. He is really quick. Fantastic young player. And most probably will have maybe 40 yards for France Normandy to start these last two checkers of the game. And well, yes, regarding France Normandy, that they're called like this in this Polo Nations Cup, but their name is Tarandrakas, and they've been playing here in France for, I don't know, maybe more than 30 years. For me as a kid, as you said, growing up here, for me it was always the biggest team in France. The dream of every young player here maybe is to wear that shirt one day. And bueno, after many years of playing the high goal season in England, they came back here, and for us it's a pleasure to have them, and they will be playing here and in Deauville as they always do, and probably the French Open. And what they do, it's always nice, is that they always bring super players. So it's tough to play against them, but it's nice to watch them play. Yes,
definitely. Well, we're gonna go to a commercial break, and we will be back in a few moments with the last two checkers of this exciting game. Thank you.
Vous savez pourquoi j'aime vivre ici? Parce que j'aime ses habitants. J'aime les soutenir avec mon livret. Et j'aime donner 1 euro chaque mois à un projet et voir ma banque en donner autant. J'aime voir s'élever les nouvelles entreprises près de chez moi. J'aime voir arriver à maturité les initiatives locales qui nous régalent. J'aime voir que l'on prend soin des êtres qui nous sont chers. Des solutions concrètes et solidaires existent pour soutenir ceux qui se mobilisent près de chez moi. J'aime mon territoire.
Watching horses interact with each other is deeply moving. Their communication is filled with sensitivity. This inspired Standing Rock, with support from the HPA, to present a trophy to the season's most outstanding team, honoring the core values behind fair play and sportsmanship. It reflects a world where fair play isn't just a rule, but a promise we make to each other about respecting, supporting, and achieving together.
Argentines, I think, they play a key role in the British season. They are managers of clubs, they train teams, they are part of teams.
Vous savez pourquoi j'aime vivre ici? Parce que j'aime ses habitants. J'aime les soutenir avec mon livret. Et j'aime donner 1 euro chaque mois à un projet et voir ma banque en donner autant. J'aime voir s'élever les nouvelles entreprises près de chez moi. J'aime voir arriver à maturité les initiatives locales qui nous régalent. J'aime voir que l'on prend soin des êtres qui nous sont chers. Des solutions concrètes et solidaires existent pour soutenir ceux qui se mobilisent près de chez moi. J'aime mon territoire.
Argentines, I think, they play a key role in the British season. They are managers of clubs, they train teams, they are part of teams.
We are back and we see all the flags there of this beautiful club here in Chantilly. Well, the penalty will be in favor of Normandy. Great news for them. We saw that play between Santi and Petit-Louis at the end of the third checker. As we see here on the replay, the tap there from Santi Harriot, even though Petit-Louis was passing there. Probably the infraction was clear. Great news for them. 7 goals for each team, and Santi Harriot has a big chance in his mallet to try to get back the partial lead. Santi Harriot with a 30-yard penalty. The goal is good for Normandy. 8 goals for them, 7 for PACA France.
Good comeback from Normandy, that they were being led by 4-1 during the first checker. Now they are leading by 1 and probably playing slightly better than PACA France, but well, still 2 checkers ahead.
Yeah, everything is open at the moment. And let's see who will win this throw-in. There goes the ball, and Juan Guerrero managed to win the throw-in and turn the ball to the right. We have a whistle. Let's see what umpires will decide on this one. See, a bit unlucky there, no? The Petit-Louis went to apply a bit of pressure to Juan Guerrero, and Santi ends up riding into his back with no intention. He wanted to go forward. He did not see him. Well, we'll see if they're going to penalize the player of Normandy or the player of PACA France for being in the wrong place.
No, it's a tough call for the umpires. Sometimes it's difficult to see who bumped into whom, who had the priority. It's a complicated sport with complicated rules. And this one, we have another replay there. To be honest, I will wait for the umpire's call because I don't know what to say in this one.
Yeah, and if they do not agree, we have 3 umpires. We're going to roll this one, or probably they can consider it was just an accident and no one fouled, so we'll see. Looks like it's going to be a rolling. Well, again, to give the right to umpires, if they see a dangerous place, they will blow the whistle in this case, and then they have a few seconds to decide what's the call. Well, it looks like it's going to be a rolling from the center, in this case to the boards. And Gaston Lucero will put the ball in play, or they're going to be chatting with the captains. Let's see what's going to be the decision. In any case, it's taking a bit too long to get the right decision. But anyway, we have here Gaston Lucero chatting with the 2 captains. This is something that changed and came through. They took it from rugby. Each one of these teams has a captain. They're identified with a band in their arms usually, or in their belt. And they're the only ones able to chat with the umpires. They can only discuss things out of the rules. They cannot discuss the calls. And they're going to give the penalty in favor of Talandracas. They consider the black player was not well located there. So this is good news for...
I think what happened, Pancho, is that they
consider it was an accident and just...
They considered it was not a foul.
Yeah.
And they gave the ball... This is also a new rule, which was not applied yesterday in my game, but I think it's one of the new rules. When they call a foul and then they don't agree, the ball goes to the team that had possession of the ball instead of having a throw-in.
Exactly. If they consider they have clear possession, they give it back. In this case, the position was clear on the right hand of Guerrero, but Julian Ren has other plans and he shoots from distance, and now the ball goes wide. Another good attack from Team PACA France, that they need to get the victory if they want to go through to the semis. If not, they will have a chance on the penalty shootout. They won 2 games already. The first one with a bit of a slow start, but then they came out strong on the second half. They beat Australia, and then the day before they had a very good victory by 1 goal against the strong Italian team. This Nations Cup that counts with 10 teams, and as we said, it's really, really competitive. Juan Guerrero, the ball was met really well by Petit Louis, and check this beautiful play from the number 2 from PACA France, and this is a very, very important goal on the right hand of Petit Louis. Great anticipation for this French player.
Nice goal from Petit Louis. He's always really quick, waiting for his opportunity. Unfortunate for Normandy on that knocking, and the game is back on a tie. 8 for PACA France and 8 for Normandy.
So it's anyone's game here in Field Honor 1. A lot of people here in the club. Also, we have these 12 goals. Then there is the Nations Cup, Women's Nations Cup with 6 teams. It's also going to be something special and something new. Also, alongside these tough tournaments, we have an 8-goal trophy, a 4-goal trophy. So a lot of polo in the biggest club in Europe that counts with 9 fields. And in goes the ball. Let's see who wins the throw-in. Players fighting for the ball, and Petit Louis managed to win the ride-off, and now he leaves the ball for Edouard Pan. He could not connect that ball. And Julian Ren could not connect that ball. And there goes Juan Guerrero finding Santi Harriot all alone on a breakaway. Let's see what this young man can do. Santi with the final tap. Santi to put 1 more goal on the board for him and for Normandy. And the goal is good for Santi Harriot. 9 for Talandracas, 8 for France PACA.
Good combination again from the young kids from Normandy. Julian was a little bit unlucky. He had an opportunity to take a back shot, but the ball was too bouncy. Sometimes that happens. And Santi was already in a good position in attack. Nice goal from Normandy.
Yeah, anyone's game at this moment. Let's see who will end up taking the victory back home. And Santi Harriot there appealing for the foul, no whistle for the umpires, and a great combination between Edouard Pan and Petit Louis, and Edouard Pan each on a breakaway. Let's see if Edouard can finish. He started quite strong. Let's see if he can finish the same way. Edouard Pan with the final tap in the air, wide. A bit unlucky for Edouard. The ball ended up bouncing in the last moment. He connected the ball well, but a little bit to the left. So knocking in favor of Normandy. They were lucky on this one.
Very nice game we're watching. Pancho here is very open, a lot of opportunities. Beautiful field. I hope it keeps up this way in the last chapter and a half that we have.
Yeah. Great game of polo so far, and the shot is long from Santi Harriot finding Juan Guerrero, but the anticipation is good from Julian Ren, and the ball is stolen from Juan Guerrero, but yeah, probably had to ride him off and go on a near side. Again, a matter of distance and danger. Let's check the replay.
See, there we see in the replay that Julian had the line of the ball, and I think Juan Guerrero, again, I think he took a little bit of a risk, and if the umpires missed that foul, he would have gone alone to the goal. But well, now we will have to defend this spot penalty with a lot of danger in favor of Paca.
Let's see what Julian Ren can do from approximately 100 yards. Let's see, he will bring this one or hit a big one. Julian with the long drive, but it goes on the ground trying to find Edouard Pan, and Edouard managed to tap that ball, but the right of is strong from Santi Harriot, and now is Juan Guerrero. Fakes a shot, checks, turns, and there goes the long drive trying to find Jules Legoban, and there goes the pass for Jules Legoban, but the hook goes strong from Julian Ren, and Santi Harriot comes to back him up. Santi tapping the ball in the air on the near side. Santi Harriot again on the near side. He leaves the ball for Jules Legoban, but the right off is good from Julian Ren and managed to recover the ball for Paca France. Julian fighting for the ball with Jules. Petit Louis now there to back him up. Petit Louis bringing the ball from the back. The back shot is strong. Edouard Pan. Juan Guerrero now in possession of the ball. Juan Guerrero to bring the ball. Juan again in possession of the ball. Juan Guerrero to bring the ball for Normandy. Juan with the final tap. Juan Guerrero, no whistle from the umpires. And the back shot is strong from Julian Ren. Jules there, but Edouard Pan picked up that ball really well on the near side, and he comes on a breakaway now, but the right off is massive from Jules Legoban. Jules now with the back shot. Juan Guerrero, Santi Harriot turns that ball really well. And there goes Santi. Santi has Juan Guerrero in front of him, but he will decide to bring the ball himself. Santi bringing the ball. Let's see if he can score this one. Santi Harriot to finish this one. Santi with the tap in the air. Es un golazo, ladies and gentlemen, from Santi Harriot to give the partial lead. 10-8 for France Normandy. This very talented player from the city of Polo, Coronel Suarez.
What a golazo from Santi Harriot. This is not normal to carry the ball in that way, bouncing in the air, hitting it every time he can. Fantastic goal, good defense from Jules, nice back, good teamwork, and they are back on the lead, and they are leading by 2 goals.
10-8 when we have a bit more than a minute left in this fourth chukar. And in goes the ball, and let's see who wins this one. Is Julian Ren again. His team really needs him. Edouard Pan now in possession of the ball. Edouard could not connect the last back. And we have a whistle. We saw Julian Ren dismounting. It looks like he is okay. That's the most important thing. And I'm sure he has will have a bit of time to change his pony and receive attention if he needs it. Yeah, he wanted to turn, and the mare ended up tripping a bit. It's quite hot today. Probably he was a bit tired. Oh well, she looks in good conditions now, and of course they will give Julian some time to change her. That mare will go to rest, and she will be checked to make sure that she is good in good conditions for future games. Julian riding this big gray. This mare that he's been riding for a few seasons. And well, let's see how we're gonna restart the game.
I don't know if there was any clear possession for any of both teams, so of the ball. They probably go with a rolling. We'll see what the umpires say, but sometimes when the game is stopped, if one team had a clear possession of the ball, they give a fair play, but in this case...
Yeah, players were disputing for the ball, so the umpires considered none of the teams have had a clear possession. So we're going to restart this game with a rolling from the center to the boards. We have a minute, 14 seconds left in this fourth checker. A good checker so far for Team Normandy.
No, bueno, in fact we were wrong, and they considered the ball was in possession of PACA France.
Well, there goes the ball for Julien Ren to bring the ball in play. Julien makes a tap. He receives the pressure of Jules. Julien with the next shot, finding Petit Louis. Petit Louis tried to run this ball. He could not connect that bouncing ball, and now it's Jules to win the ride of Jules. The ride of his trunk from the French player Jules. Very active today, but the hook is good from Petit Louis. They were punching that ball. That with a nice back. Guerrero managed to turn that ball and get there first. And there goes the pass, finding Edward Pan. Santi Harriot to get there first, but Julien Ren managed to back that ball really well. No whistle from the umpires, and now is Juan Guerrero in possession of the ball. Juan will bring the ball in play. He receives the pressure of Edward Pan, but he managed to escape the pressure. Juan Guerrero with a beautiful neck shot. Juan Guerrero, the ball goes wide. A good individual play from Juan Guerrero, and there goes the final whistle of this fourth checker. A good 7 minutes from France Normandy. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be back in a few moments with the last checker.
Siempre lo digo cuando que vengo a España, ¿no? Es un lugar para hacer mucho más que un mes. Siempre lo digo cuando que vengo a España, ¿no? Es un lugar para hacer mucho más que un mes.
We are back and we see the irrigation. Let's go here with their progression. 4-1 for Paca at the beginning, 5-4, 7-7, and a great comeback so far of Normandy, 10-8. Let's see what it will happen in this last checker. So we're going to restart with a knock-in. After that great play from Juan Guerrero, and Julian Ren will put the ball in play. Julian with a tap. The catch shot finding Petit Louis. Petit Louis riding this great mare. Petit Louis, the shot is a little bit short and is well read by Juan Guerrero. Juan will turn this ball. He has Santi to back him up. But the ball is stolen very well by Petit Louis. The French four-goaler, Petit Louis, bringing the ball from the back. Petit Louis also showing a bit of talent, tapping the ball in the air, but look at Santi Harriot also making another massive play in the air, and he leaves the ball for Juan Guerrero. Juan now with a long drive. Let's see if Santi has enough horsepower. Looks like he does to outrun these two players. Santi Harriot, well done, Jules, pushing the defender away. Santi Harriot to finish this one. The final tap of Santi Harriot, ladies and gentlemen. What a goal by Santi Harriot. Unbelievable, recovering the ball in the air in his own field. And then with a beautiful, beautiful run, making this nice mare run, and great Jules pushing the defender away.
See, great teamwork again from Normandy, and they are playing, except from the first checker they were a little bit slow. They are playing a fantastic game, scoring some beautiful goals. Still 6 minutes to go for Paca to recover and try to get a spot on the semi-finals.
And Julian Ren, they are playing tennis today, not polo. Well done, Julian, tapping that ball in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what Julian can do. Julian, the ball is good. And it's a great save from the player of Talandrakas. Great back shot. And Jules gets there first, but it's well met by Petit Louis, and he managed to steal the ball. Petit Louis, he checks. He receives the pressure of Jules. Petit Louis in possession of the ball. Let's see if he can score a very important goal for Paca. Petit Louis. But the ball is stolen very well by Jules Legoban. Jules on the near side. Petit Louis now fakes a back shot and will turn this ball. The right of is strong by Jules. Again, Petit Louis in possession of the ball. He will run this one, and he managed to escape from two defenders. Petit Louis tapping the ball in the air. Petit Louis to finish this one. Petit Louis, let's see if the backup is there. Julian Ren to turn this one. Julian in possession of the ball. Julian to finish this one. Let's see. Julian with the tap, and Julian Ren with a lot of experience, scoring a very important goal for Paca France. Getting closer on the result. 9 for them, 11 for Normandy.
They had to work hard to score that goal, but they had enough patience to do it. Well done by Petit Louis, trying to make the breakthrough, and then Julian recovering that back, well positioned, and then with a lot of patience to score.
Yeah, having enough patience not to hit a horse. Let's see who will win this very important throw-in when we have 4 minutes 20 seconds left in this fifth and probably last checker. Santi Harriot winning the ball. Santi Harriot managed to escape from the pressure. Santi Harriot bringing the ball for Normandy. Santi Harriot playing very strong today. Santi Harriot to finish this one. Santiago Harriot putting a very important goal for France. Normandy 12 goals to 9 is the result at the moment.
Bueno, probably the best player of the field today, Santi Harriot, being very decisive in every checker and scoring a lot of goals. Good for him.
Yeah, this team of Normandy playing very strong today. They did not have the best start, but they look like they are being able to connect very well throughout the game. There goes the ball. Let's see who wins this throw-in. And if it's Petit Louis for PACA France. His team really needs him. Edouard Pan goes on a breakaway, but Julian Red is there in possession of the ball. But again, stolen by Juan Guerrero, and now is left behind for Santi Harriot. And we have a whistle when we see many players quickly going to change horses.
Well, they're going to play quickly. The players from PACA France taking advantage of Normandy. Both players want to change.
And there goes the pass to Petit Louis, and Jules Goban is there with many attackants players from, and the ball bounces, and let's see now, yes, Julian Ren will be able to put this one through, and a very important goal for PACA France. 12 goes to 10. And they took advantage of this play when two of the players of Talandraca, went to change horses. They managed to put one more goal in the board. Very important for them if they want to have chances in this match.
Two minutes and a half to go. They still have time to tie this game, PACA France.
They need to win the throw-in, and the ball is stolen really well by Juan Guerrero. He's on a fresh pony. Edouard Pan there on defense. But the next shot, near side next shot, is very good. Finding Santi Harriot, he could not connect the last tap. And yes, Petit Louis will get there first and turn this ball very well for PACA France. Petit Louis to bring the ball. He will find Julian Ren on the boards. No, Petit Louis is still in possession of the ball. There goes the pass from Petit Louis to Julian Ren, and he has Tristan all alone in the front, and there goes the massive drive of Julian Ren. Let's see if Tristan can finish this one. Jules comes there to defend Tristan Betoit. Tristan with the shot. Tristan Betoit, and the ball goes wide. Lucky for Normandy. Good pressure of Jules on this young man that he really can strike the ball, and the ball will go wide on the left-hand side in favor of Normandy.
Very nice play from PACA, using all of their players, hitting well the ball, and when they were a little bit unlucky, the ball went wide. And now Normandy with a knock-in.
There goes the pressure of Santi Harriot, and somehow he managed to steal this ball very well for Team Talandracas Normandy. And there goes the next shot. He hit a little bit with the cane, and Santi Harriot still in possession of the ball with all the pressure of Julian Ren. The time is clicking in their favor. Santi Harriot defending this ball on the near side, but the pressure is good from Julian Ren, and he managed to steal the ball. Julian now in possession of the ball. He topped that one a little bit. Julian again bringing the ball from the back for his team. Julian Ren with a nice drive, trying to put his teammates, but Jules Legoban gets there first and clears the danger with a nice back shot, and then again he will go for that ball. And we have a whistle. And this can be a quite important call for PACA France if they want to be alive in this game.
Now we see the replay. In my opinion, Jules had the line. He went on the near side. He arrived first to the ball. And Petit Louis came from behind asking for a line. But well, the umpires are on the field. They're better players than me. Let's see. I don't know if they're still arguing.
Yeah, they're probably checking this one. Yes, Jules actually made a tap and then went for the ball. Well, Petit Louis coming a bit more from right to left. Let's see what they're gonna blow.
Because sometimes the most important thing in polo is security, and sometimes most of the rules are based on safety for all the players and the horses. And in this case, I think there was a lot of distance, and Jules arrived first to the ball, and they finally gave a spot for PACA France.
Yeah, in this case, spot. Of course, the players of PACA France complaining because
they wanted something more,
they
no?
wanted probably a 60-yard But if it would have been a foul, probably 60 would have been the right call in this case. But well, the penalty is from the spot in favor of PACA France. They still have a bit of time, a few seconds left on the clock. Let's see if they can finish this one. They find Edouard Pan shooting from this one. Edouard Pan, and the ball goes wide, and that will probably be one of the last plays of the match. 2-goal distance in favor of Normandy, and looks like the victory will remain for the strong organization of Talandrakas. There goes the long drive trying to find Edouard. But the ball is picked up very well by Julien Ren. Is stolen by Jules? No. Julien Ren in possession of the ball. And there goes the final bell, and the victory remains on the side of France. Normandy, they managed to get the first victory in this tournament. Very important for them and for their confidence. A team that is slowly emerging well and better. A great team. They beat the strong team of PACA France. They managed to win the first 2 games. They end up losing in this one, but they will still get a chance to go through to the semis in probably a penalty shootout. Thank you very much, Rami. It was a pleasure to have you alongside in this transmission, and well, hopefully we can have you in more and more. There goes the progression. 4-1 for PACA France, 5-4 for PACA, and then a great comeback, 7-7, 10-8, and 12-10 for Normandy.
Thank you, Pancho. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations to Normandy. They had a fantastic game. It's a pity they cannot compete no longer for the main trophy, but now they will have a nice chance in the subsidiary final. They are a very strong team, and bueno, hope to see you soon.
Gracias, Rami. Well, we see there the players celebrating, and well, we will meet in a few moments in the next